spoke to Tinubu, who is a Western stooge, to intervene in a Benin coup, and then unfortunately, 11 Nigeria military personnel ended up in Burkina Faso airspace, and that military jet had been ordered down and the officers detained. Kule, what's your perspective with regards to such an incident?
Yeah, there's I suspect the motive. Why is it that it was Burkina Faso that our military aircraft decided to find their way into to have this issue, and then their excuse was that the aircraft had some problems. Why was it that it was the airspace of Burkina Faso? I smell, I smell a rat, and I am suspicious. And if I was Traore, I would not have released those people immediately. I would have let them stay in custody for like a month, and then when they are going to fly, when any aircraft is going to take off from anywhere, especially a country like Nigeria, who happens to be in collusion with the French government against the Sahel states, I think Traore released them too quick because I smell a rat. I smell a rat. I am suspicious of an ulterior motive.
Not even that, Kule. We look at Boko Haram, the supposedly Boko Haram that has been tormenting Nigeria. I've been saying this ever since this stupid organization was created in Nigeria. No black man, and I repeat, no black man would take a weapon and kill a child, woman, burn church, burn mosques, bomb everywhere. No black man has got that wicked heart to do that. Black people, we are not like that. You see, these terrorist organizations are the handiwork of the West, the multilateral organizations which are raping, maiming, killing, and stealing the resources of Africa. There is nothing like Boko Haram. They pay people, release prisoners, organize military, private military contractors to go and execute these barbaric, heinous crimes just to destabilize a state, just to derail the progress of a state, just to take the mind of a state off its problems and concentrate on national security, which of course it shouldn't have happened at all. So for Tinubu to be so stupid and so daft, not to have used his aircraft to go and locate, spy, and watch where there's supposedly Boko Haram are coming from, and rather go to do the dirty work of France in Burkina Faso and Benin, I think Nigerian youth should stand up and tomorrow run rampage amok on the streets of Abuja to demand the immediate resignation of Tinubu.
Well,
okay, that's a point well made there. Like I said, these are the greatest minds debates, interjection, interactions TV show. So we are here to inform, educate, and enlighten. So if you haven't even got what it takes, you can just stay at the background, observe, and enjoy the great minds doing the great job. It's all about information, education, and enlightenment. All right, Kule, let me take you back to the same issue because this is a big issue. Do you feel a bit disappointed in your president, Tinubu?
Of course, I'm very, very disappointed. His trajectory ever since, if you remember when, what's his name? What's his name? Was removed from office. Was it the Nigerian president?
Mm.
Yeah, he was the first. He was the first West African leader to start shouting on top of his voice that we are not going to tolerate this. And I'm like, you've left Nigeria in a whole bunch of mess economically, removing the fuel subsidy that has thrown most of my people into not abject poverty, but but a vicious poverty in all ramification. And the next thing you want to deal with, you haven't cleaned up your own house. You want to go and deal with other people's problem. And whose problem are you even dealing with? Are you trying to help the Burkina Faso brothers out there, or you are trying to help a white man that is looking out for his own country, that has impoverished, whose country has impoverished these countries for a better 40 to 50 years, maybe if not even more than that. I'm really, really sick of I don't believe we have a real leader. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Because with this type of leader I wouldn't even use the word leader. I would just use the word ruler, because that's what he is. He's not a leader.
All right.
He's a total disappointment. But Nigerians themselves, they have a lot of work to do in the way we find ourselves in this position, because this is what we've been getting. These are the type of leaders we've been getting since we came back to civilian rule in 1999. We've never had a true stand-up. And when I say stand-up, I know he's sitting down there in Asho Rock, and I've taken a bet with the one or two people. He's looking for two important state visits. I'm not sure he's going to get it, but I will be shocked if he gets it, and I will not be surprised. I'm talking about number 10 Downing Street, and of course, the White House in Washington.
Okay.
He wants to go and sit down. He wants to go and sit down on that seat, next to Donald Trump. That popular seat, that those head of state sit on next to the U.S. president. He's waiting on that. But even as criminal Donald Trump is, I know Tinubu is off the list. And Donald Trump has been giving pardons to criminals, even to the last the Honduran president, ex-president. He just pardoned that guy as well, a drug dealer, so to speak. And Tinubu fits into that category. So
yes,
Tinubu doesn't have
the drug cartel ex-president had been pardoned, and that brought a lot of worldwide outrage. And that's why I'm saying that this platform is for the great minds. If you don't have the great mind, you can observe and learn and become enlightened. Because
Nana Kunle said something. He said ever since Nigeria reverted to the civilian rule, they've not got any upright leader.
Stand up.
It's true.
That's the word.
It's true. He's not lying. Look
From
at
Obasanjo. Let me quickly name, because I think Mr. Adam. No, I want to help. I want to give some names so that you might be able to help. It might help your further. Just from Obasanjo, we had Obasanjo. We had Yaradua, the one that died in Saudi Arabia, and after that was Jonathan, and then after Jonathan, who did we have? We had Buhari, and then Tinubu. Go ahead, Mr. Adam.
You see, from Obasanjo was the biggest disappointment Nigeria had, and for that matter, West Africa. What did Tony Blair do when they wanted to get Charles Taylor? And Charles Taylor sincerely
that story
called a whole press conference, I was listening to him in 2000, and he said, look, if Charles is a problem of Nigeria, I will leave today. sorry, Liberia. I will leave today and then allow peace to prevail in Liberia. Already Tony Blair and Obasanjo, they've connived to give Charles Taylor asylum status in Nigeria. When Charles Taylor went to Nigeria, they hosted him for some few weeks or months. And then Obasanjo said, look, my friend, I cannot guarantee you that asylum status I've given you. You must leave Nigeria. Under international law, how can you do that? How can you do that to your own brother?
That's typical Nigeria.
How can you do this to your own brother?
Because
look, Jonathan Goodluck and Jacob Zuma were the accomplice of killing Muhammad Gaddafi. They supported the UN resolution that was passed, UN resolution 1996.
Did you say Jonathan and Zuma?
Jonathan and Jacob Zuma, Nigeria and South Africa.
Yeah, they are all reckless idiots. I don't know.
You see? So Nigeria persistently, continuously has been a saboteur for the development of Africa. And now look at what this drug dealer is doing. Fighting people in Benin because they don't want their criminal president. Conniving with Nana stupid Adodankwa Akufo-Addo to say that the Russians are in Ouagadougou helping the Burkinabés to fight the criminals. How can these African leaders, how do we allow these fools to govern us, to lead us?
Yeah, we the people are also the real problem, because now a few years ago, I used to jump on the necks of leaders. Now, even it is the followers that are the problem. I mean, come on, Nigeria has 200 million.
200 million, just like America, even more.
Yeah, we can change our fortune just like that.
Within Nigeria, just within Nigeria, you don't have to trade with any country. Yeah. Nigeria itself, the natural gas alone sitting under the feet of the Nigerians can power the whole Africa. Look, I was in Saudi Arabia. A liter of oil, a liter of gas, petrol or diesel is 1.50 real, which is less than 1 pence, 1p.
Wow.
In this country.
Can you imagine that?
A liter of oil, fuel.
Can you imagine that?
Nigeria can give less than a naira to a liter of oil, petrol, gasoline, whatever it is. But what went wrong? What have we done wrong to the so-called political elite? What have we, the citizens, done wrong?
Okay.
What have we done wrong?
Okay, gentlemen, great interjections there, and we love it to the maximum. And we thank God that the voiceless multiculturalism and, of course, Pan-Africanism at its very best. We've got our reporters with us now, so we're going to be going a bit to the national and local news back in the motherland, Mother Africa, and of course, try to see what is happening across the African continent. Let's welcome our beautiful lady, Liana De Love, aka Obapa Julie. Obapa, can you hear me? Your mic is muted, so if you can mute yourself, Obapa.
Hey, Nana, who you? Nana, I can hear you very much well.
That's good. Don't forget that Adams used to work for Mercury FM, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a Kumasi guy, like yourself. You as a Kumasi girl in the media fraternity. Adam,
Yeah.
Nana,
reference Obapa Julie and let her know. Say you started the Kumasi thing. You know.
yeah, Obapa, we started the FM stations in Kumasi. I was on Fox FM. From there, I went to Radio Mercury, and I became a panelist on most of the, even Fonton from TV for Obapa will remember. I don't know. Did you watch Fonton from TV?
Yeah.
Okay, we were on it. We were doing the shows on Fonton.
So
from
my
TV.
first day seeing you, your face looked familiar, and then I was asking Nana, who is this guy? Blah 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 blah. Then yeah, because your face, yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
it.
remember your face.
So we've done our bit. We've served our nation. When we were there, I think there was a bit of decency on the airwaves.
Media, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Not
Now
not
we've got
But Adams, right now
no,
there's no decency. If you
not
look at
at
the
all.
Lumba,
Not at all. They are
the
not
post,
trained.
if you look at the pre-Lumba, the Lumba issue itself and the court's judgments, and then the post-Lumba, it means that the ignorance and the naivety across Ghana and the rest of Africa is beyond human comprehension. Can you believe that?
Nana, you know, I was a member of Chatham House, and you know Chatham House is a big think tank organization in the United Kingdom, and they operate all over the world.
Yes.
When I was a member,
But you know, before you continue, we all know those think tank bodies and CSOs and charity organizations. Adams, you know my take on them, but you continue.
yeah, I'm just saying something. Look,
Okay, go on.
what we were doing was we were understudying the social media. It wasn't that much. We were looking Facebook, Twitter. Those were the two that we were understudying. You know, to study the psychic of a country is to know their social media. There are certain patterns that we use to determine which country is the most stupid country in the world that can be influenced within. So, with
Adams,
all
you haven't
standard,
finished. You haven't finished, but I'm just laughing. I know you're gonna drop Ghana, Nigeria, and the African countries in there.
so with all the metrics to understudy those countries,
yes,
majority of these countries are in Africa and Latin America.
yes.
The social media, what they do is non-profitable, non-educational, and it's not scientific.
Yes.
What you see there is full of comedy and glorification of sex and vanity. So immediately we...
But Adams, I'm not stopping you. I'm just consolidating your point.
Yeah.
Lumba's death, one of the outstanding and legends of music in Africa, Daddy Lumba. I mean, spanning over 3 to 4 decades. And for Ghanaians, instead of looking at the legendary and the heroic aspect of it, we're just tearing into this man as if this man is just terrible. And sometimes you listen to some of the comments and you wonder whether these people are human beings from Africa.
They've got heart. It's piercing, the gossiping that is destroying our nation. We need to do something seriously.
Yeah, and I think we thank God that we have this platform, and we need to be speaking to the Ghana ambassador and the African ambassadors across Nigeria and other parts of Africa, and then we take it to the seat of governance. It's not just Ghana and Nigeria. I think Ghana and Nigeria are leading the African space, and then I think it's followed by South Africa and Kenya and Uganda probably. But the rest of the African countries, they are just dormant. And we need to move and get this thing really, but we'll come back. I think we've
don't isolate Rwanda. Paul Kagame, he's now becoming the Rwanda is becoming a continent of itself.
Yes.
Now,
and we know about the
Rwanda is not
DRC.
Europe, it's not Asia, and it
Yeah,
is
we
not
know.
becoming Africa.
Yeah, it's rolling the DRC.
So-
I think that's a topic on its own that we need to revisit, because now we have the radio show in the mornings from tomorrow, and so we'll be taking some of these topics there. And then in the evening, we have the TV segment and section. And so we're going to make sure over the festivity period, we make sure our people are enlightened, because ignorance and, of course, naivety is killing Mother Africa. Now, Kule, you still there?
Of course, I'm here. I'm not going
Okay,
anywhere.
thank you so, Sekule. Let me go straight to our reporters. Let's receive some African and local news from them. We have the beautiful Nana Ama Beautylicious. Hey, Nana Ama, are you there? Unmute yourself. Let me welcome you.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, badu. Asakwala papebi. Miss you, pa. What's Nana Ama? Anyway, thank you for joining us, Nanama. We appreciate you, okay?
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you too for this opportunity.
Great. Nanama is one of our veteran youth, a very young 18, 20-year-old, and learning from Obapa Julie, who is our parliamentarian reporter. And so, Obapa Julie, welcome to the show officially. Can you unmute yourself, Obapa Julie?
Thank you, Nana.
Yes, Obapa, how are you?
I'm good by His grace. Yourself?
Yes, not too bad. Nampacho is saying.
Nyame adomo, Nana.
Okay, Adams, can you ask Obapa Julie how we say it in the Northern and Hausa language? Adams? Okay, Adams just took a little relief, but he's still there. So let me continue. How I hope I could speak this Hausa language. I think let me try. Naji Hausa, Obapa Julie.
Hey, Naji. Kinaji Hausa. Hey, Naji.
Naji o. Bawasaba o. Bawasaba.
Hey, Nana, this one, you buga pao.
Me na me kazira o.
Hey, takashipani. Hey.
Anyway, Obapa, Nanama is with us as well. Our GI Day student to be, and of course to learn from your experience. So let's take it along, and then we can bring Nanama in. Obapa, let's go.
Okay, so Nana, a quick and then a brief one. Ghana is cool. I can say without fear that Ghanaians at this time are feeling the vibes of our President John Dramani Mahama, together with his ministers and then his MPs. Someone might ask the reason why I'm asking, or I'm adding up, or I'm saying this. I'm saying this because the system is, though there's not much money, we are enjoying how things are going. We are enjoying how everything in the system is. For instance, just yesterday, we have these sporting activities at Legon Sports Complex, organized by the son of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, which many participants.
Okay, I think it's a network, as we all know. Nanama, are you there?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what we'll do
Happening.
is, okay, I think, Obapa,
Nana,
you broke off a bit, so start from where you broke off.
where did I end?
Oh, you were talking about the enjoyment at the boxing thing and how it was
The
welcome.
sports stadium, right?
Yes.
So I was saying that Ghana is now enjoyable. We now have peace of mind. We are now having the feelings of being a Ghanaian. And the reason I was saying this is just yesterday, the son of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Sharif Muhammad Mahama, organized sporting activities, basically boxing, where we our local champions or our local young boxers took part in these activities. Okay, the president himself was there to grace the occasion. Many artists like Shatawale and then others came to perform live, and you won't believe it, seeing the president himself singing along when Shatawale was performing on stage. So everything was lovely, Nana. Everything was so fantastic, so lovely to watch. Even if you're in the house, so lovely to be there yourself, watching everything, feely, and then the rest. So I can say to you that the stress that we used to be has been relieved for now. Even though some are complaining there's no money in the system, yes, we know there is no much money because of the mess the previous government created. But then we are okay with how things are. There've been reduction of food stuffs as we are to celebrate the Christmas. We always know that when it's at this time, there is increment of food and then goods and services. But as I speak to you now, GUTA, which is the major trade union, that is the Ghana Union of Traders, has asked all its members to reduce prices of everything they sell. And some of the traders organizations too has also come out to inform their members to reduce their goods and services. So now you can imagine going to the market with your 100 cedis, or going to the market with at least 200 cedis, you can get something for the family. Not like previously where a bag of 5 kg rice used to be sold at
Are you really sure?
a bag of
Where did
5
you
kg a bag of 5 kg rice is now 75 cedis, 60 cedis, and then the rest. We used to sell it, or we used to buy it at 150 cedis. My dear Amma, if you can just attest to what I'm saying, how much do we used to buy a bag of rice
Yes.
during our last year?
I'm coming. Obapa Julie, wait. Nanama, you were trying to interject. Why were
Yeah.
you? Go on.
because
Yeah, go
no
on.
doubt, no doubt that some things has reduced, but it's not like totally.
I
It's
didn't
not.
say totally. I didn't use the word totally. I said GUTA and then other traders unions have asked their members to reduce their goods and services. And I use an example of 5 kg rice, which we used to buy it at 150, now goes for 75 cedis, 65 cedis. Am I lying or I'm saying the fact?
Yeah,
Nanama,
yeah,
go
close.
on.
Sorry?
Okay, anyway, Obapa, you
How much?
continue.
How much would that be? How much would that
Let us
be?
clarify this.
Can I
Let us
can I
make it
ask
clear to our
Madam
viewers and
Liana?
then our listeners.
Madam
Yes?
Liana,
Yes?
how much would that be in dollars?
In dollars? No, no, unless you come in.
Oh,
$1
but
for
Kule,
now.
I think, wait. I think Kule, the dollars question will be more of Nigeria than Ghana. So let's skip that question. So,
Nana, why would it be more of Nigeria than Ghana?
because Nigerians, with their economy and the situation, they do more in dollars than us in Ghana. So,
No, we
For
all
now,
deal more. Nana, we all deal in dollars. You see, Africa, the problem that we are facing now is not the dollarization of our currency or the economy. It's how inefficient and ineffective the African economy is. African economy depends on importation. We don't turn things around. And the more we import, the more we buy currency every morning at Wall Street to fund the importation of our goods.
yeah,
All
but
our life,
Adams,
all our life is dependent on the dollars.
let me interject here. I think what Obapa Julie is trying to put across is that during the previous government, we all saw what happened. The exchange rate ran all the way from $4 to a CD to $17.
We all agree.
Okay,
Nana, we all agree.
Okay, that has been
It's
reduced.
a fact.
It's a fact. That has been
reduced it's a fact.
to 10 or $11 somewhere. And then inflation, that was double digits, has now become a single digit. And then we have and then we have the gold bond that is doing wonders for Mother Ghana. And then you've got the prices of foods declining, where there were a kenke price that was disputed, and the kenke seller has to challenge the Takrady MP for the former government NPP to say, the NPP like.
Oh, Kobe is a moron, so you don't talk about Kobe.
So,
Kobe is a moron. So Nana, what I'm saying is, what we are saying
Adams,
here is...
No, Adams, I'm coming. Do we want to continue with the tangent of that hardship that Ghanaians had never faced before? Because a coup could have occurred if the NPP had won the third term. Because Ghanaians, even those of us in the diaspora, there was a point when anybody that will call you, you know, it's about asking money.
Money.
That's how the abject poverty got to. So we need to look at how this government has come to harmonize things. Me, I'm not NDC. Me, I'm CPP. I'm an Nkrumahist. And I'm proud to be a Pan-African and an Nkrumahist. But if somebody is doing well, let's push the person instead of always trying to run. Let's get Obapa Julie to finish the reportage, and then we all can interject and then take a cue. Yes, Obapa Julie.
So, Nana, to continue from where I ended, as I was saying, that the total reduction of goods and services in the country as compared to the previous years or to the previous governance, I can also say that the the COVID levy and then others which were mandatory for Ghanaians to pay or just abide by this, whether you like it or not, e-levy and then the rest has all been scrubbed off during the 20 budget read by presented by the finance minister, Honorable Atufosin. So Nana, a lot is happening in Ghana here. A lot is happening at Parliament. Now there have been new names for 3 universities, which was just done last 3 days by the parliamentarian, that is Committee on Education and then the Education Minister. Disabilities are, people living with disabilities are to go to school or attend school free. And I'm repeating this. The NDC government has introduced a new policy which will enhance people living with disabilities to go to school or to have the education free without paying a pin, without paying anything for their education. Nana, are you with me?
We are hearing you live and direct. Now, can you hot briefly? Okay, no, continue. When you are done, then we can take them one by one. Yeah, go on, Obapa Julie.
All right, Nana. So as I said, there was a by-elections, and now Pandai is also on hold on whether to go for a by-elections because the case has been suspended by the Supreme Court ruling last 2 weeks. If not so, there could have been a by-elections in Pandai on the 30th of this month. But since the Supreme Court came out with its ruling that they should hold on till further notice, or they should hold on for the Court of Appeal to come out with their ruling, NDC and then the MPP are holding on till that date. Nana, we also know that very soon, roughly by next month, 30th, 31st, the MPP is also preparing to go for elections to elect their presidential candidates, which we all know of, Honorable Kennedy Ejapon, Honorable Brian Champon, former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and then Honorable Yao Edichum, and the rest, who are aspiring, who are busily campaigning to just win the hearts of their delegates, or to win the hearts of Ghanaians, but especially their delegates, to vote for them so that one of them will be the running mate, no, will be the presidential candidate for the party in the upcoming elections, which will be 2028. And also briefly, I would not like to talk much since we all have a lot to say, or we are all holding on to share ideas or whatever it is. This is the little that I can say about what is happening in Ghana here. But as I speak to you now, Ghana is a happy country. Ghana is a stress-free country. Even Miracle Abuaji just stated it this morning that the NDC is using miracles because they are able to just destroy, or they are able to just use the word destroy the work that the MPP did for the past 8 years in just 1 year. So Nana, this is all that I can say. This is the little that I can say of what is happening in Ghana. If there is any question that you also like to ask, I'm here.
Yeah,
Just
let me interject with you briefly. With regards to the JDM, I mean, for a whole year there hasn't been a political scandal, and I think
yes.
and I think this is a plus, and I think we need to
Exactly. Afenyomakens made a rumor in our last sitting concerning transport minister that they are taking charges from I don't know. I've forgotten, but then I'm trying to come out with this because I don't want to say something that is not true. Charges of maybe let's say 5 cities to 100 cities, which the transport minister explained it further to them, which we were thinking it might be a scandal for the first time in the history of NDC government or in the history of their first year. But then the corrections were made for all of them to understand, and then they had it correctly that there wasn't any scandal. Nana, apart from that, there is nothing of such because John Mahama himself met or engaged the ministers and told them that anyone who will be named of any scandal, he is going to make sure that that person is held responsible. So I can say with authority that they've all been steady of whatever they are doing. Nobody wants his or her name to be mentioned of any corruption or something of such. So everybody is in touch. Everybody is focused of whatever he or she is doing in the system, not to be shame off or not to just be sacked because you were alleged of being corrupt, or you were something of
and I think Obapa, Ghana is setting a precedent because it's never happened before. A whole
Exactly.
year without a political scandal. This is
Exactly,
never happened in
Nana.
the soil of Africa. Now,
If you can all remember, John Mahama said it that he's coming again to leave a legacy, and I'm sure that these are some of the legacy Mahama wants to leave before his tenure ends.
okay,
People are calling for his third term.
yes,
People are
I want
calling for
to,
his third term.
Obama Penny, let's talk about the third term. We have
Yes.
an independent candidate, A+, propagating and actually advocating for a third term for President Mahama. This is never heard before. Can you
Some
believe it?
people are, Nana, some people are advocating for his term because they
Nana,
believe that when he
we
leaves,
have to, Nana, Obapa, sorry for the interjection. We
I'm
have
okay.
to set a precedent. We have to be law abiding. We
Biden.
have to set an example. It takes only a foolish person to subvert the constitution of a country. That can only be decided by the people of Ghana, that the entrenched articles in the constitution should undergo a constitutional what?
Okay, Adams, point
We have
made.
to have a referendum.
Wait.
So
Adams.
A plus and those who are calling for the third term of President John Dramani Mahama should be ashamed of
Adams,
what they are trying to do.
Wait.
It
Adams.
doesn't matter
Adams,
whether
no,
President
no.
Mahama
Adams,
is
wait.
paving the.
Adams,
you
No,
because
Adams.
they shouldn't
Mahama
agree to that at all.
Obapa,
that
wait.
he's not going for the
Obapa.
third term.
Yes,
Yes.
he has said
wait.
he will not go
Obapa,
there.
wait.
He will
Adams.
not go there. So for a
He has
legislature who knows
Yes.
the law to say that, it's unheard of.
Adams,
He has
Adams,
said
please,
he's not
please,
going. This
please,
one is
please.
Ghanaians who are calling for his
Obapa,
third term
allow me
because
to moderate.
they believe whatever
Obapa,
that he's
allow me
doing.
to moderate. Obapa, allow me to moderate. Adams,
Yes.
I think that you are jumping the gun because those that are advocating, obviously, A plus is a member of parliament.
Yes.
Is aware that before such thing can take place, there has to be a referendum
Yes.
to undo an entrenched
Yes.
constitutional. You understand?
Understand.
So for you to just jump, Adams, to say
Yes.
they are just advocating and they have no.
Nana, do we want?
Wait, Adams, wait.
And I'm waiting. I'm waiting
wait.
patiently.
Adams, wait. Let me.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Yes.
The point I'm making is that
Mm.
you are of the view that they're just going to jump in and get the mandate. It will never happen. It will be a referendum. And if that referendum, and we all know who has the majority in parliament, is the NDC. And who has the micro minority is the opposition. And so therefore, if the popularity of this particular president, because we all know it's got popular now, we don't know whether the following years there's going to be any scandal that could dent his popularity. If that doesn't happen, with the yeoman's job that he's doing, the expressway that he's doing from Accra to Kumasi, and then we have the Takrady one that he's doing, and the things that this man is doing, and the finance minister, including the foreign affairs minister, and then you look at the education, I think that is much better than the previous government, because I tell you what, democracy wasn't very enticing to most of us. And you, Adams, you know, you've been on the program. We were all advocating for a coup d'etat. It is Mahama coming into power that has kind of like changed some of us our views. Okay? And let's call a spade a spade.
So Nana, you
finished.
You finished. Yeah. I'm still not a fan of the Western democracy that we are practicing in Ghana.
No, we understand that, but that's what we have.
I'm still not a fan. But you see, Bokassa started like John Dramani Mahama. Paul Biya started like John Dramani Mahama. Mobutu started like John Dramani Mahama.
No, Adams.
Recently,
wait.
I'm coming. Nana, let me come. I will land. Let me come.
Adams, wait. First of all, the names you are mentioning are puppets to the Western world. Mahama is not a puppet. Mahama actually did sociology in his master's in Russia. Let me tell you something. All these Mobutu Sese Seko and the names you are mentioning, Mobutu Sese Seko was brought into power at the backdrop of the Western world and the CIA. They killed who? They killed that noble first president of Congo.
Patrice Lumumba was killed. Hold on, and I'm coming.
Adams, wait. When you are making references, don't just mix everything up. This platform.
I'm telling you, I'm coming. I'll tell you this.
No, but you are mentioning Bokassa, you are mentioning.
Hold on, Nana.
Lumumba, how are you going to relate? No, wait. Why didn't you mention?
Ghanaian,
I'm coming. Why didn't you mention Ibrahim Traore, Rawlings, and the rest? But you went on the tangent of mentioning failed Western puppets.
Nana,
and I think it doesn't relate to the point you are trying to raise. Okay,
Nana,
go on.
it relates. Look, when Mobutu or Paul Biya or Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast, what did they do? Because they were power drunk, they changed constitutions to give them
No,
mandate.
no, no, no. Adams,
Hold on,
wait,
Nana, hold
wait.
on.
Adams, no.
So
I'll
by
let you
calling
talk.
for
Wait,
that
I'm
set a
only
bad
interjecting.
precedent for
Adams,
us.
Adams, I'm interjecting because I want our audiences worldwide to know that our platform is a highly educative platform, because you mentioned Ouattara of Ivory Coast. Which puppet and CIA brought Ouattara in? Wasn't the CIA in the Western world? No, answer me, Adams.
Nana, it doesn't matter whether the
No, it
CIA or
does.
the... It
It
doesn't.
does, because they will want to hold on to power to eternity. You mentioned
Yes. Akufo-Addo, Ghanaian voted for Akufo-Addo, but he turns out to be a puppet. If this opportunity to change constitution called by Ghanaians, imagine Akufo-Addo is in office, and 2 people or 3 people say, "Oh, we wish Akufo-Addo should have stayed, or we want Akufo-Addo to go for the 3rd term." What will happen? They will call for immediate referendum. We don't want to have any leeway.
Yeah, but no, Adams, wait. A referendum,
we don't want it.
Adams, wait. A referendum is a vote by the people, of the people, and by the people. It's different from the 2/3 of parliamentary votes when it comes to the Constitution. Let's be very clear.
Yes.
And when it comes to the Constitution,
yes,
is the people, you mentioned the entrenched articles of the Constitution, yeah? So
yes,
those entrenched ones, you need a referendum.
Yes. Like to run for a 3rd term for a president.
No. Adams, wait. The non-entrenched ones, you need a 2/3 of parliament. Are you getting me, Adams?
Yes, I'm getting what you are saying. Yes.
So Adams, let's not be mistaken over here. We need to educate the public.
So what I'm saying is, yes.
I'm coming. Wait a minute. So what I'm saying to you is that those advocating for Mahama's 3rd term will not just say president is president, so he's changed. It will not happen, because that 3rd term will have to go through a referendum. And what shows that Mahama cannot win that referendum, or he will lose the referendum? We don't know.
Nana,
and it's even too early to be talking about Mahama's 3rd term. But I suspect because of the good works he's doing, that is why people are advocating for it.
Nana, it does not matter if anybody, not Mahama, if any Ghanaian is elected the chief executive of the country, is paving the roads and the cities of Ghana with gold, and what the Constitution has ascribed, it doesn't matter how good he turns out the country to be. We do not want to touch it. America has been in this democracy for over 100 years.
Adams,
they have 2 terms, and nobody goes beyond 2 terms. That is what you've chosen to go.
Yeah, Adams,
I'm not fan of this democracy.
Wait, Adams. Don't forget. The American Constitution itself, okay, has got so much, it revolves, including the UK Constitution. UK don't even have a constitution.
UK, we don't have constitution. Yeah,
it doesn't. But we can say the bills and the legislations, and then when they join the EU, could also constitute a constitution, but it's not set as a constitution. We all know that. I mean, those in law. So my point to you is that why is Ghana having a constitutional amendment? So Adams, you shouldn't be talking the way you are talking. Ghana
what do you mean, Nana?
Wait, there's a constitutional amendment going on. Okay?
Yes. Good. We need to amend our constitution. Yes, it's progressive.
Adams, take it easy. So if
the constitution itself calls for constitutional amendment, it's progressive. And those things that should be amended are not going to be amended.
What I'm saying is, if there's a constitutional amendment going on, nothing stops the sitting government for holding a referendum. Nothing stops him.
No, not at all. Not at all. Nothing stops it.
So you cannot say that it is not right do you think all the constitution that they wrote was right, or there is no room
Nana,
for any
what I'm
adjustment?
saying is,
Yes,
we've chosen to go 4 terms twice. Yeah, that is what we've chosen to
no,
go.
we've chosen to go
So
2 terms.
yes, 4 term twice.
What do you
That's
mean
what I'm
4
saying.
terms twice? I don't get you.
Sorry, 4 years
4 years,
twice.
2 terms.
2
Yeah,
times.
so say 2 terms.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So if somebody like John Dramani Mahama,
Yes.
who is expiring his term, the 4th year, when his term expires, he hasn't said he wants to go again.
No, he's come out to
plus.
say he doesn't want to go.
Nana, listen to me, please. That is a plus. But if you get an opportunist who wants that opportunity to amend, to twist the hands of people in the country.
No. Please. Are you saying that Ghanaians that will have to vote in a referendum, their hands are twisted? Is that what you're advocating for?
Nana, African election. Yes.
No, but listen.
Yes.
Listen, Adams, no, let's get this is a constitutional law, okay? And as Kunle could say, some of us all read constitutional law, okay? The Constitution says that you can have a referendum, okay, to amend those.
I'm not disputing that. Nana, I'm not disputing that.
Wait. What I'm saying to you, it is Ghanaians that are calling for Mohammed's third term. Ghana doesn't have that in the constitution. All we are saying is that for Mahama to be able to go for a third term, because of his good works, because don't forget, Ghanaians have been through Rawlings, Kufuor, Mills, Mahama, Akufo-Addo, and it's the same Ghanaians that are calling for Mahama to go for a third term. And we are saying that Mahama says he doesn't want to. It is people, it's the citizenry that are calling for him to go. And I believe, sir, it's even too early. I think they should wait to the 3rd and 4th year of Mohammed's regime to be calling for this. But there's a saying, which you, as a typical Kumasi man knows, you say, if you are not
Agrobed, agro no bi o ha ogboma na twene na te say teen na agro na
wala, you have answer, you have everything to say about it. But let me I'm coming. Let me make this point. I'll give you the floor. Obapa Julie. Obapa, unmute yourself. Okay, Obapa is muted. I can see she's muted. But okay, Adams, the point I'm making, Kule as well, Obapa, Nana,
Kule will agree with me. Kule will agree with me. Let Kule take that issue up.
Look, I sat in this thing semester in with Kule.
Kule will agree with me.
But Adams, you wait. The point I want to make is that I'm of the view, it's a fact, that the UK that we are all in, they don't have 2 terms. Are you aware of that, Adams?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And as we know, Margaret Thatcher even went to a 3rd term. Are you aware?
Yeah, she went to a 3rd term, and John Major.
Yes. Tony Blair even went to a 3rd term, if I'm not mistaken.
Tony Blair was about to go to that, and there was a dispute between him and Gordon.
So what I'm saying is that it's not necessary we always have to measure ourselves to America or the UK.
No, that is wrong.
Yes. And so my point is that even when you look at the presidency of the UK, when you look at our democratic style, which is the parliamentary system, and then we have the Queen as the head of state, which means that the Queen is actually the president too, but they've given her a different name, head of state. She's the president and sat on the throne for 52 to 60 years. And nobody's talking about it. That's why Mugabe was complaining. So the point I'm trying to make to you, Adams, is that it is by popular demand of the populace and the citizenry, if by the fourth term, the euphoria around Mahama is so great and high, then why not?
Nana, if I want that situation, I wouldn't be specific. I will immediately attack that article in the Constitution and call for a repeal or an amendment of that article. I will say the Ghanaian, the democracy we are practicing, 4-year 2 terms does not augur or suit the developmental agenda of the country. And for that matter, I would have wished the Speaker of Parliament allows or to call for a referendum so we can amend that article
but,
in the
but
Constitution.
Adams, you are all over the place. It's not time yet. It's too early.
No, that's why I'm saying that they shouldn't have even called for it at all.
Why not? This should
Because
tell you
it
that
has
no,
no
no, 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 no,
basis.
no. Adams, it's not the Speaker of Parliament or the President. Maybe it's not the President saying that he wants to do a referendum to amend the Constitution. It is the people who have started advocating for it. So this thing that you are bringing in is neither here or there. So let's leave it. Let me go to Obapa Julie. Unmute yourself. Nanama, unmute yourself. Hey, our ladies, what are you people doing? Are you in the kitchen?
We are not in the kitchen, no. It was the network.
Okay, so Nanama, I guess you were following through, yeah?
The network isn't helping
Nana.
us. No.
Yeah, Obapa, they
Nana.
Ademuna we bisa question na me ma to question na gina me kwama odo. Wo waja neja.
Nana Mijanija, not Mitia. I wanted to unmute it. When you were calling me, I wanted to, I went back. So
Don't worry about that. Myself, Adams, and Kule will be coming to Ghana. We'll get you the very latest phone, the iPhone and the Samsung.
We get a tablet. Tablet will be better for us.
Adam, God bless you. God bless you.
Okay,
Thank you in
anyway.
advance.
Okay, so Obapa Julie, we've spoken about that issue. Let's move on. Now, the Pando by-election, that is fine. Pandai, okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at the renaming of the universities. And people are also suggesting that the Kotoka International Airport should be changed to Accra International Airport, which is its original name, instead of Kotoka, who derailed Kwame Nkrumah's efforts making the African unity a reality, Ghana having a nuclear power, Akosombo Dam, industrialization for Mother Ghana and across Africa. And these people derailed that, and yet the Ghana airport has been named after him. And that is something that is uncalled for. I think, Obapa, wait, let me go on this one with Adam. But Kule, unmute yourself. Yeah, Kule, have you heard of the Kotoka International Airport?
And what airport is that?
That is Ghana's main airport.
No.
Really? Why have you not been in Ghana before?
No,
I have never been. Well, let me rephrase that. I have been in Ghana.
True.
I was in Ghana, but true. I was in Ghana.
The TikTok.
On a very unfortunate circumstance.
Can you put it on for me? Yeah.
I was trying to make a trip back to the UK, and while I was sitting on the plane, I only got to see. I didn't even see the inside of your airport. So, like most of the problems that we normally have and don't solve, we were sitting in the plane, and the pilot, it was a Virgin Atlantic flight, coming back to the UK. and we were told that we were not going to be able to make that flight because we do not have enough fuel in Nigeria to fuel the plane. So that was during the one of those
I want
scarcity.
to read the
That
TikTok.
was one of those scarcity,
I need the TikTok.
brutal scarcity periods that we used to have. You know, we used to have a lot of brutal scarcity at the petrol pumps most of the time during the Christmas period. That has changed now in the past. We still have skirmishes of scarcity here and there, but it's not as bad as it used to be about 5, 10 years, 15 years ago. But anyway, my first experience in Ghana was, we had to make that flight and land on the tarmac at your international airport just to fuel the Virgin Atlantic carrier, and that was it. We were just on the tarmac, and once they brought the tanker and they fueled the plane, then we took off right there. No, the doors of the plane were not opened. They just fueled us up, and then we just hit the runway and took off. That was my
Look,
experience.
Kule, let me go to Adams. Adams.
So I'm waiting for the good people of Ghana to
Don't worry,
to give
Kule,
the
Kule,
official
don't worry.
invitation.
Myself, Obapa, Nana Mai, and Adams will take you to Ghana. Now, Adams, your
Nana.
take on the reversing.
Don't let me grow too old before you do that. I'm running out of patience. I want to come and enjoy the tranquility of the Ghana environment. Away from the chaotic Boko Haram environment we have in Nigeria.
Yeah, we get you. Don't worry. Sorry, I had to set the TikTok back because my engineer.
And you guys, let me quickly say something. Mr. Adam and moderator Frank Nana, you guys need to exert a lot of patience because I know I used to have that same problem, but you know what? You can abuse my mom. It's not going to do nothing for me. Let everybody air out their views. The way you keep interrupting each other, people are not going to be able to get all your issues out. Mr. Adams and Mr. Moderator, please exert some patience. Especially Mr. Adam, the moderator. The moderator has the upper hand here.
Yes.
So, but Mr. Moderator, do not overreach your moderation, please. So I would like both of you are guys. Both of you are making.
We sometimes, the issue is that we don't have to sometimes just. I think everybody has an opinion, but it's not all opinions that are right. And when there are
things, but even if it is wrong, people should still be able to air it out, and then we can interject and
so let me. We don't have enough time. We've spoken about you going to Ghana and all. We are wasting too much time. Let's go to Adams for Adams to look at the Kotoka International Airport being renamed to its original name, Accra International Airport, because 3 universities in Ghana were changed by the previous government and renamed to its own former members. And it's like branding and propaganda reasons for renaming those universities. And so people are so happy that those names have been reversed. You think the same should happen to Kotoka International Airport? Adams?
With the Kotoka International Airport, I think we need to get the name back to Accra International Airport. We have to have a means of honoring our patriots and the heroes of the land. Kotoka, as a coup maker, we cannot name our airport after him. Not only was he a coup maker, but he was somebody that derailed the progress of Ghana by associating with the international or criminal organizations to overthrow a progressive and a developmental government. So we don't want to have anything to do with such person. he came, his contribution towards the socioeconomic development of Ghana was insignificant. So if there is a proposal to rethink and renaming of Accra International, Kutuka International Airport, I would agree. Or else we should have something else there. I believe the universities too. I haven't heard of them. I've not read. Unfortunately, I haven't read about it, and I don't know which of the universities where names were changed and what has been done now. So I think our correspondents in Ghana will do me a great favor if they can brief me on that. But if it's been reverted, a name like Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is well-deserved name, and we should have Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology for everybody to know what a progressive leader Kwame Nkrumah was. And if we have Legon, which is a very prestigious and a very good name for a university, we want to have Legon. And Cape Coast University, we should have the Cape Coast University. We shouldn't have those names changed. Even if a student dormitory has been changed, we should know why that dormitories were changed and why, what is the significance of the renaming of those dormitories. So it will be in a good state, in a good taste, if we have our iconic names for the universities as they were before the MPP administration led by Nana Akufo-Addo. That would be great.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Obapa. Obapa there?
Yes, Nana, I'm here.
Okay, we'll try and round up quickly, yeah? Because I know
All right.
most of you, yeah. Let's look at the NPP preparing for their presidential elections. We have the Brian Champon, we've got Baumia, Kennedy Japan, Yawidi Chum, and Kwabena Japan. Is the list correct?
Nana, exactly so.
Okay, great. Now, Adams,
Nana,
you are familiar with these names. Is it too early for the opposition micro minority to go and choose their presidential aspirant, or it's a bit too early? And the names, do you think they can make an
Nana,
impact?
I don't know who advised NPP as a political party at this stage to have even conceived the idea of looking for a leader to lead the party at this chaotic state of the party. I don't know who advised them, and I don't know what they are looking for, and I don't know why they want to change Baumia at this particular moment. They should have waited and do a PR work to rebrand the party before they can even think of looking for somebody to lead the party. And the names that are coming out, those that are contesting to be leader of the party, they've got questionable characters. They've got questions behind their names. Somebody like Kennedy Japan, Brian Champon, the former vice president himself, Yawadu Chum, and they are all not. I don't want to say things that may not be good for my country, but I think these are very low-weighted politicians that want to lead a country. I'm not surprised, even Donald Trump has become a president. So some of these guys can lead, but it's too early for the MPP to have gone for this contest or to pursue this contest. So they should rethink again. Maybe they want to do that. So if there is any misunderstanding, it could be resolved by the time they are ready for elections. I don't know. Maybe that is their strategy. But I can see somebody holding a sheep, slaughtering a sheep, cursing other group not to do this, not to do that. That's why I'm saying elections itself in Africa are not to be trusted. I don't trust elections in Africa. So Nana, that's my view on that.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go to Obapa, Lady Nanama Bitulicious. Now, offer Lady Kakrana, or my no, and can. Oh, Nanama Is it a network or something? Okay, once he resumes, we can take a run. Okay, let me go to Kunle. We have an issue in Nigeria where we have, we've already spoken about the aircrafts that landed in Burkina Faso. Now, we have Mr. Billionaire, the man with the cement and the oil refinery. And now he's complaining that government of Tinubu is still importing oil and undermining the Nigerian local built refinery, and so that could collapse his business. Dangote, can you share light on it for us? What's your take on that?
Oh, I haven't. Well, it's the chickens coming home to roost. Dangote, because I think what is happening there is that for the past governments have favored Dangote's business, and of course, we all know the trajectory of our current president. He's not from the north; he's from the south, and obviously he has his own people that are doing their own deals here and there. So he even has a brother. I think one of his younger brother is one of the CEO of probably the second. It may even be the largest oil company that we have back there in Nigeria. So yeah, they are not making business easier for Dangote, and yeah, he can because Dangote is also used to doing business in a very monopolistic manner. So he's been running his business, becoming this Africa, Africa's number one billionaire and all that, based on the fact that the government has not been very straightforward with the Nigerian people, thereby allowing Dangote to monopolize all the products that he produces in the country, from cement to rice, sugar, and all other products that he produces in his company produces. So or produces or manufactures, So yeah, he may be crying wolf now because yeah, they when you are the only person providing a service, and you see your bank account,
Yes,
you
true. I
know,
think I've got
and
Dr.
there it gets
joining
to a
us.
point
Yeah,
when your bank account starts to deplete.
doctor.
Of course, you will cry wolf. So maybe the government is sabotaging Dangote somewhere. Yeah, it's possible, but he's not going to go hungry, and he's not in a very jeopardized financial situation like you and I. So, you know.
Okay, so to those of you on social media, I want to give you a big shout indeed, and thank you so much for joining us. Ashera join us. We have Diamond Hearts. Thank you so much. Mo Air, we thank you. And then we have Edward Amofa. This is our own very Edward Amofa who actually joined us. Yes, great stuff. And then we have Gloria Akrofi also join us. We have Cha Murray. We have Mohammed. We have Regina Taylor, Kila Kev, Lady Michelle. Okay, on and on and on. Osei James, Francisca. We'll be mentioning them and bigging them. All of you on social media, we thank you so much. On the TikTok, and of course, those of you on the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, we are so grateful to you. Okay, so great interactions there. And is Nanama back on? Nanama just, we lost Nanama. And we've also lost Obapa Julie. Okay, so guys, it's been an interesting program. We started way back about an hour ago. And so we are just nearing our 2-hour period. We have to bring it to a close. if you want to enjoy the great minds of politics and current affairs and Pan-Africanism, this is the platform for you. Early in the morning tomorrow, we'll be live again on the Voice of London Radio. So make sure you join us live, okay? And then in the evening, we'll be live on the television station. Be part so that we can all change Mother Africa. I see Nanama has come back on. Nanama, unmute yourself. Nanama, you can hear me?
I'm so sorry for today.
Okay. But Nanama, what happened? You went to eat some fufu, yeah? Or was it jollof?
Nanama, can you come again?
I said, did you go and eat a quick fufu or was it jollof? You
Did
can't hear
I?
me? Can you hear me?
It's breaking.
It's breaking. It must be your network. Oh, Mother Africa. When, oh, when? Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. We lost you a bit, but thank you for coming back. Now, Nanama, can you just give us a gist about what you have for us so far as
As for the my master, or should I say my madam, has said it all. But there is this thing drivers do in Ghana here. Whenever you go to town and then it gets like from 2 o'clock going, they'll start charging higher than expected. Like they take more than double of the fares that are usually supposed to be taken. And so there is this funny yet somehow controversial incident that happened at Kanishi, a driver loading from Kanishi to Kaswa. He decided to take double fares. The passengers refused to comply to his conduct, so he asked some people to get down. And even in Kumasi, recently, it happened in Kumasi. The driver sent all passengers back to the main station because they refused to pay. It was more than double of the main salary, the main fare. Their destination and their fares are supposed to be like 40 to 50 pesos, but this man is willing and he wanted to take like 15 to this plus, and then sorry.
Yeah, we are listening. Nanama. Nana. Okay, so price hikes. Let's round up because time is far gone. Tomorrow, our fervent viewers and audiences across the globe, you are watching Voice of London Television. It's a feed to our radio station, Voice of London Radio. Tomorrow in the morning, we'll be coming with the radio program, same current affairs with a gist from Pan-Africanism. And we'll be here with our learned colleagues, Adams and Kunle Aini, including our own Nanama and Obapa Julie, with Dr. JB. We have our author and writer, Stephen. We have Ben Sokwao, and so many people. You can all join live and we can all interact from both the angle of the social media handles, from our main channel, our website, and all the other areas or links that you can reach us on. Now, Kule, can you just summarize and round up for us? Few words in just about a minute or two, and then we go to Adams.
Okay. What can I say? I really don't know what to say, but anyway.
There's a lot you can say.
Anyway, I think it's time for Africa to develop. And before that development can start, I believe all of us, starting from everybody on this platform, must have a very, very diverse, very progressive mindset, very powerful and progressive mindset, very innovative, and you know, we don't have much time. China has shown us that it is possible. I think in Africa, we are supposed to surpass China based on all the natural resources that we've been endowed with by our Heavenly Father. So let us start the innovative uh, building of Africa, academically, technically, and even politically and socially. Let us try to make a better society. Let's make Africa one of the best continents on the planet. It's possible. It's doable. And I'll get to hear from you. I'll get to hear from you. Get to join the program tomorrow morning, God willing. Amen.
Okay, thank you so much, Kunle. Let me go to my learned colleague in the person of Adams.
No, thank you very much, and a very good night to our dear listeners and viewers.
Not just a good night, and a very good positive banter.
But yeah, I think in 1970s, China discovered oil in a commercial quantity, Chairman Mao, when they did the Cultural Revolution. And oil was the fundamental basis of the development of China. If you read their book of the state of the eventful year of China, it will tell you everything. It's like Kwame Nkrumah book, I Speak for Freedom. You see, importation of oil by the Nigerian government is sabotaging the Nigerian economy. Nigeria has got vast amount of oil underneath its citizens. Oil or fuel shouldn't have been anything to be worried about in Nigeria. But because of the selfishness of some individuals in Nigeria, they destroyed all the refineries, and individual Nigerians were building refineries in South Africa, investing in South Africa, making oil very cheap in South Africa, so the wheels of industrialization in South Africa can turn, whilst they put a steel rod in the wheels of the industrialization of Nigerian economy. So Dangote complaining that the government of Nigeria is importing oil just not because he wants oil to be cheaper, but he wants oil production to be very expensive and run him out of business. When you see that the local production, which the government should support, every government should be the facilitator for private enterprises, but not some of the African governments. So I think Nigerians should rise above all this political and tribal nonsense to do what is good for the country, but not what is a political expedient. As I was saying, I was in Saudi, and a liter of petrol, Nana, is less than 1p. It's less than 1p, Nana. Nothing to write home. You see, so you can power an economy with this. Even in this country, we have the red fuel, which is given to all companies. Every company, they will give you red fuel. It's a subsidized fuel. So to do what? So to run your factory, to run your company, and to employ for the government to take taxes and build a country. So what's wrong with us, Africa? What's wrong with us? That is all what I can say. I want Ghana to have a very good oil contract agreement with our PSOs, our oil production companies, so we can take our share of the crude, some of the share of the crude, refine it in Ghana, create a job, and sell it at a subsidized rate, cheap, for us to turn our economy around. Scientific. That is scientific economic changes, not the superficial. We want to see the agriculture thriving. We want to see our businesses growing. We want to see our factories producing, so we will not depend solely on importation, and build our currency so we can make our currency buoyant. Nana, that's all what I want to say. Nana, we can't hear you. You are muted. We can't hear you. Everything you said was.
Nana, unmute yourself, man.
All right, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yes.
I apologize. I think something happened. I apologize.
Start again, sir.
Yes, it's all about technical stuff here. All right, so thank you guys. We appreciate you, Kunle, Aine, and then my very good learned colleague in the person of Adams, and of course, myself and Adams come a long way. We thank you so much. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, the current affairs program, Pan-Africanism and Multiculturalism, continues unabated on the Voice of London radio. And then in the evening, we have the television version, of course. Don't forget also, you can also watch Bishop Agnes Mensah Bonsu. That is the All Night with Bishop Mensah Bonsu from 9:30 p.m. till midnight. She'll be here with her team as well, bringing you the very best in gospel and religious theological affairs. Once again, thank you so much. All my social media handles, we thank you so much. My TikTokers, next time, will invite you to join properly, and then we can interject whilst we interject with our special guests as well. This is the Great Minds, the only platform that actually says the truth to power, and it's all about information, education, entertainment, and enlightenment. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
All right then, Adams.